Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kimberly, and this is the Infinite Spark coaching channel, and it's dedicated to the journey of inner union. It's dedicated to focusing on balancing the divine masculine and feminine within us, each of us, to create a sovereign life. The readings that I do serve the collective. I'll be doing readings for twin flames and soulmates. And the goal is always your own self-actualization and frequency management. I basically am planning to do a different reading every day, plus the daily video that I do, which I call the Frequency Directive. And for the Frequency Directive, the vibe is presence, the science of frequency, and the now. And I have various decks, the Water Crystal Oracle by Dr. Masaru Emoto, Present Moment Reminder deck like I used yesterday from Eckhart Tolle, the Oracle of the Seven Energies, which is a Colette Barrett Reed deck, and I used Sacred Symbols yesterday for you as well. And we're going to begin every day when I wake up and get ready for my day with these readings. And it is the Frequency Directive that I'm calling this, and it's our daily anchor where we check our resonance of the field and we ground ourselves in the present moment before we do anything else. So let me grab my decks and let's see what the frequency is today. That's the wrong bag. I set out my decks the night before on my bed so that I have access to them. So today, oh, and I also added a new one to the deck today, and I feel like I'm going to use Crystal Spirits, and we're going to use the Oracle of the Seven Energies, both from Colette Baron Reed. So, as I said yesterday, I'm not familiar with these decks as yet, and so I don't know all the meanings and so forth, and I have so many decks, which is why I've organized and decided to do these readings this way. Simply because, one, I like variety and I want to use all these decks. So, because I've not used many of these, in fact, many I just unwrapped, I haven't even looked at them. So, let me just get that. That's the Crystal Spirits. And I have the Oracle of the Seven Energies handy as well. So, let's see. I'm going to move the Crystal Spirits out of the way for the moment. And with my camera setup, just so you know, I don't have a tripod for this camera. It doesn't even have a tripod stand. So, and I have very little space. Eventually what I hope to do is when I start offering private readings, and I'm not doing that yet, is to get basically a whole new setup, really, to be honest. So let's see. Oh, and I guess I should pull out Eckhart's deck as well. And let's see what his present moment is saying to us today. And in his deck it says, take a moment to return to stillness. Acknowledge the freedom of presence. Simply pause and draw a card to help you reconnect with the serenity that arises from living in the moment. So that's why we're going to use this deck every morning, and then I'll draw from other decks as well. So let me just shuffle the deck. Yesterday's card was beautiful, wasn't it? Looked just like the area that I live in, the beach in Vancouver, BC. Well, I don't live directly in Vancouver. I live in Greater Vancouver in a suburb. So let's just choose. And this also looks like Vancouver, and it happens to be my favorite color. Oh, I need to turn my camera just a little. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that time, that twilight time. And the card says, when you are rooted in presence, you no longer derive your sense of who you are from the narrative of your mind, from what you habitually call my life. Oh, excuse me. But from the silent power of the presence itself. And I will add, when you're present, you don't tend to rely on approval from others and so forth. So basically what this card is saying is derive your sense of yourself from the present moment, from your conscious self, not your mind, not from others. Be present. Okay, now let's have a look at the energies. I am a spirit for the collective. I am a messenger of love and light. Tell me, Spirit. Tell me, Universe. Tell me, Source. What do you want us to see today and know? Well, now I have looked at this deck, and this, interestingly enough, does actually happen to be the first card, but you saw me shuffle. So, Earth Magic. Oops. Hope you can see that okay. Earth Magic. And let's see what it says. And as you can see, it's quite a long explanation. And this is why I'm using the book. And then I'll see what other messages come to me. Key concepts of this card: being grounded in nature, and the quiet daily places where all things begin, where essence is first ignited before manifestation, knowing you are part of the earth and that she is part of you. Thank you, Mother Gaia. Place your hand on your heart. Place your hand on your belly. This allows your body and your conscious self to remain present and feel safe. And say this with me: I honor and nurture my temple, and I align with my highest self. I will get more into discussing what the temple is related to inner union, but basically it relies on four things to have a steady home for your soul: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So physical wellness, mental wellness, emotional wellness, and spiritual wellness. And I'll tell you more about that later on as I develop more videos for coaching and teaching. But for now, it's just readings. Earth magic speaks to the same intrinsic relationship that you and all living things have with the consciousness of the earth, also known as Gaia. Imagine the oak tree that begins just as a little acorn, gathering the life force energy it needs from the earth so it can sprout up from the ground. Because you're part of the earth and because you are part of nature, you follow the same cycle of manifestation. Everything you are, your evolution, the successful manifestation of your deepest dreams begins here, below the surface of consciousness, until an idea comes, until conviction takes hold, and something meaningful can be planned and planted. Be still for just a moment. Quiet your thoughts and imagine including your energy in the sacred quality of being a part of this living earth. Do this mindfully to connect to the divine intelligence with the power within you to create the perfect form of the essence of the tiny spark of life. Indeed, this is miraculous. The messenger now is to trust that the seeds you've planted in your field of dreams are in good hands. The earth is conscious. It is a divine source of love that is doing its part on your behalf. Slow down, take in the beauty of your life now, and trust that when you are intending is being nourished and is growing, there will be plenty of time later to tend to your garden, to water it, to weed it. Great magic is germinating underground, working its way to the surface to deliver more blessings than you could ever imagine. Let it grow. So we're talking about manifestation. We're talking about the magic that you are. And funny, this is why, and I guess I'll just stick this in here now, why I've called my coaching business and this page the Infinite Spark Coaching. Because as I learned about spirituality, you can look at, this is someone earthing or walking barefoot on the earth, and you can see all the light within them, within the earth. When I first started learning about spirituality, it was really about understanding that we all come from Source. And when we ask and choose to incarnate here, we come with that little spark within us. And essentially, we have amnesia when we come here. We are birthed with that spark, but we don't remember it unless we actively choose to nurture it and to let it grow within us. I like to think of it as a candle with the flame with an ember still on it that hasn't been lit. And everything you do every day in terms of nurturing your temple, physical wellness, eating right, getting water, getting out in nature, doing some kind of exercise, mental wellness, meaning um, practicing mindfulness, and I don't want to say managing your mindset, but I will say managing your mindset and being present, and emotional wellness, understanding your emotions and learning to accept them, that it's part of your world, and learning to accept that it's okay to have them, and learning to ride the wave of them, and I'll get more into that in another video about how to deal with unwelcome emotions that come up that you notice. And then spiritual wellness, which is about meditation and being present and prayer and gratitude and all of those things. Now, I know with those of you who are familiar with crystals, we know that there are essentially crystals every day, and I actually have quite a few crystals myself. I just haven't sorted them out because I plan on using them here when I set up, future readings with the energy for the day and so forth. I just didn't think of it. But let's just see what source, what spirit is telling us that the crystalline energy is for today. Now, some of these I've never heard of, so this is all news for me. The card is Bixbite. Now, I'm not familiar with this card, this crystal at all, so I'm going to look it up because I'm not familiar with it whatsoever. I've never heard of it. It's beautiful. It looks like a ruby. Essential meaning is drive, courage, full speed ahead, spirited action. There's a time to hesitate and a time to move forward with convictions, courage, and total determination. And that is the time now. Big Spite Spirit has arrived to tell you to take a deep breath and move full speed ahead with forceful action on behalf of your own healing. Be fierce as you push through the obstacles with laser focus, for nothing will stand in your way. You're meant to feel driven at this moment to break free of the chains that are binding you in unhealthy patterns. Advocate for yourself unapologetically and be unbreakable, unshakable in your behalf, and show that you are worthy of achieving your goal. The conscious universe, the force that propels you, is always there for you as your ally. And now is the time for fearless action. Sail on. And there are several other messages for relationship and prosperity. And there's also a crystal spirit meditation. And so since we've been talking about manifestation, and let's talk about prosperity. And I want you to know prosperity and abundance are not just money. There's prosperity and abundance in every area of your life. So full speed ahead, Captain. Even though your ship may be sailing into uncharted waters, it's exactly what you're meant to do on this quest to experience the prosperous life. The conscious universe waits for you. Big Spite Spirit's message is to take action toward growing the wealth that is all around you. Claim your power to co-create a solid foundation for any adventure that you wish to take. Your boat is made of sturdy wood, and so sail with confidence, leaving behind the scarcity thinking of the past. And when I do my relationship readings, that will be on Friday, I will, whatever card I pull, because I feel I'm going to use these cards every day in our morning frequency directive, I will read um, the relationship message at that time, as well as the regular one, as part of the daily reading. So this is um, this is it for now. I'll be back later with another reading. I'm going to go do my morning ritual, which is have my lemon electrolyte water and my coffee latte blend, and I'm going to go meditate, and I'll be back with our reading for the collective a little bit later. Until then, have a great part of your day.